Badass, 2012, is an action-packed vigilante film directed by Craig Moss and starring Danny Trejo. Inspired by the real-life viral epic Beard Man incident, the movie follows Vietnam War veteran Frank Vega as he takes justice into his own hands after his best friend is murdered. Filled with intense action sequences, humor, and an underlying message about standing up for justice, Badass delivers an engaging experience for action movie fans. The film opens with a montage of Frank Vega's early life. He was once a promising young man who dreamed of serving his country. However, after returning from Vietnam, he finds himself struggling to reintegrate into society. Jobs are scarce for veterans, and Frank is forced into a life of odd jobs and financial instability. Fast forward to the present day. Frank is an aging, bearded man living in East Los Angeles. He wears his signature fanny pack and leads a quiet, lonely life. However, things take an unexpected turn when he finds himself in a violent confrontation on a city bus. Two thugs harass a passenger, and Frank steps in to defend him. A bystander records the entire incident on a smartphone, and the video goes viral. The internet dubs him Badass, turning Frank into an overnight sensation.
I don't want any trouble. Leave me alone.
I can either kick your ass.
I told you I didn't want to fight. Fucking told you.
Despite his newfound fame, Frank's life remains largely unchanged. That is until his best friend, Klondike Washington, is murdered under mysterious circumstances. When the police show little interest in solving the case, Frank decides to take matters into his own hands. Determined to uncover the truth, Frank starts his own investigation. He learns that Klondike had gotten involved with some dangerous people before his death. Using his street smarts and military training, Frank follows a trail of clues that leads him into the dangerous underbelly of the city. During his search, Frank encounters Poncho, a local gang leader who controls much of the crime in the area. Amber, Klondike's daughter, who pleads with Frank to find justice for her father. Officer Malark, a corrupt cop with ties to the criminal world, who tries to deter Frank from digging too deep. As Frank gets closer to uncovering the truth, he finds himself targeted by gang members who see him as a threat. A series of intense fights and chases ensue, with Frank using his fists, street smarts, and military training to stay alive. Frank discovers that Klondike was murdered because he stumbled upon incriminating evidence against the city's most powerful crime boss, Manuel Vega. With this knowledge, Frank realizes that he is not just fighting petty criminals, but an entire criminal empire. In a series of brutal and thrilling encounters, Frank battles his way through gang hideouts and corrupt officials. His reputation as Badass grows, and more people begin to support his mission. He earns the admiration of locals who see him as a symbol of justice in a corrupt system. One of the most intense moments occurs when Frank is ambushed in an alleyway, but turns the tables on his attackers using nothing but his combat skills and sheer determination. The scene highlights his resilience and willingness to put everything on the line for his friend's memory. As Frank pieces together the final clues, he prepares for a direct confrontation with Manuel Vega. Armed with nothing but his fists, a baseball bat, and his signature fanny pack, Frank infiltrates Vega's mansion. The final showdown is a brutal, action-packed battle. Frank takes down Vega's henchmen one by one, leading to a final, intense fight between Frank and Vega himself. Despite being outgunned and outnumbered, Frank's unwavering determination gives him the upper hand. In the end, Frank emerges victorious, exposing Vega's crimes and ensuring justice for Klondike. The police, pressured by public opinion, finally step in to clean up the corruption, though Frank remains skeptical about how much will actually change. With Vega defeated and Klondike avenged, Frank returns to his quiet life. However, he is no longer just an ordinary man. He has become a symbol of justice in his community. The film ends with Frank walking down the street, nodding to those who now recognize and respect him. As the credits roll, news reports discuss Frank's exploits, and viral videos continue to spread his legend. While Frank may not have sought fame, he has undeniably left a lasting impact on the city. Badass, 2012, is an entertaining, action-packed film that blends humor, social commentary, and thrilling fight scenes. Danny Trejo's performance as Frank Vega makes for an unforgettable vigilante hero who stands up against corruption and injustice. The film's mix of gritty realism and over-the-top action makes it a fun and engaging ride for action movie fans.